second season of My Hero Academia comes to a very tense end, as Izuku Midoriya has a very scary confrontation with Tomura Shigaraki, one of the bigwig leaders of the League of Villains. And even with all of that, I think my favorite thing about this episode is how the creator of the series continues to name locations in the My Hero Academia universe after things from the Star Wars movies. We've already seen Dagobah Beach. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Tatooine Station. And in this week's episode, Izuku Midoriya and all of his classmates go to the shopping district, which is known as Wookiees. I don't know what it is, but I just really love that the author of this series is just completely obsessed with Star Wars. And it's something that I'm definitely okay with because I'm still sort of riding the Star Wars high. Ever since The Force Awakens was released, I'm just always pumped to see anything Star Wars related. That being said, this was the end of the second season, and wow, what a great way to end it. Not only does it have a nice little stopping point before the next arc actually begins, but it does a great job of actually building up all of the brand new villains who are going to be appearing in the next arc of the series, as we finally follow up on that storyline of those three creepy villains who arrive at the League of Villains hideout, running into Tomura Shigaraki and his good old ghostly, shadowy friend Kurogiri. And there's that one guy who goes by the name of Girin, who's the chain-smoking dude who looks like a character out of Cowboy Bebop, and he is joined by these two subordinates. One of them goes by the name of Himiko Toga, who is, frankly, just kind of disturbing. I don't really know what her quirk is and what her overall ability is, but she just seems kind of like a weird, freaky, sociopathic killer, and she carries a knife with her. There's also Dobby, who is not related to the Dobby from Harry Potter. This guy's a little more creepier than that. He actually has these, like, weird portions of his face which are completely removed. You can only see, like, the muscle underneath. He kind of looks like a half-man, half-Frankenstein kind of dude. And he also doesn't really take any bullcrap. He immediately goes on the attack, both him and Himiko Toga, and they battle against Tomura Shigaraki. But that's also because Tomura is not too happy about these villains who have come to the League of Villains because, well, they're all obsessed with Stain. And Tomura does not like Stain at all. He doesn't like the fact that he's been taking all of his press and everybody just pays attention to him. He wants to be the top dog and he doesn't know why. And he's on a journey to figure out why that reason is and why everybody is so obsessed with Stain. He's trying to find that magic connection, and he goes on a personal journey and ends up running into Izuku Midoriya and all of his friends when they go to the mall. Why are they going to the mall? Well, that's because they gotta get some brand new gear for the training camp, which means they're gonna have to get some swimsuits and all types of other bullcrap. Now, this could have been a boring episode. They could have just given us a lot of stupid humor about watching them go and try on things and have a big montage sequence, and in many ways, we do kind of get that. We even get to hear the ending theme played against this. But the reason that they're all going is because everyone's going to the camp, even those who actually lost during the big final exam against all of the teachers. The difference is those who lost are actually going to get trained a little bit harder and have their varying courses that they're going to have to go through at the camp. But while they're all there, a few of the characters get separated, and Izuku Midoriya is separated from Ochako because she still can't get over the fact that she's freaking in love with this guy and she doesn't want to admit it out loud. And that's when the creepiest scene of the episode begins, when Tomura Shigaraki just casually walks up to Izuku Midoriya, grabs him by the neck, and he sits down and has one of the most tense and creepy conversations that I have seen from the series. Basically, Tomura is here to not only make his presence known, but also to reassure Izuku Midoriya that he is coming for him, but most importantly, he is coming for All Might. If there's one thing that Stain has taught him, it's that he has to have conviction in his actions. And his new motives are going to be that, simply taking down All Might and everything that he actually stands for so that he can crumble the pillar that is being a superhero in the My Hero Academia world. Now, the reason this scene is just so utterly disturbing is, of course, because of Tomura Shigaraki's powers to be able to basically make anything disintegrate by touching it with all of his fingers. He's holding on to Izuku Midoriya's neck, only just barely not touching him with his last finger, and it could take just one little small slip up, and boom, it would have happened. And the scene where Ochako actually ends up finding him, sitting there with him, and he screams out telling her to leave, and he just casually gets up and walks away, that scene was so disturbing to me, because it shows that at any moment, he could have killed him if he wanted to, but he really wants to see how far he's going to go, and of course, he's probably going to be instrumental in his journey to finding and taking down All Might eventually in the end. It was a crazy scene, to say the least, and I really loved it. And it was just a great way to sort of build upon these new villain characters who are just going to be exploding on the screen in the third season. And yes, the third season is coming. It is made official at the end of this episode. There's a post-credit scene where we go back and we get to see All For One, who's still just sort of hanging out, and it looks like he's growing some sort of like weird brand new test tube body. You get to see this like weird human form hanging out in this like giant glass tank and a big floating brain in it. It's so insane and old school science fiction-y, and I absolutely love it. And then as soon as that scene ends, hard cut, third season, My Hero Academia, coming soon. I cannot wait. Guys, what's the rundown on this week's episode of My Hero Academia? This was a great way to end this season. I love how they opened up with a little humor with the classroom, and then right after that, we got right into the story with the villains. The scene where both Himiko Toga and Dabi decide to attack Tomura is so great. I especially love how Kurogiri stops them by utilizing all of his shadowy portals, and every single time they like try to attack, their hands end up going through the portals and it stops them, and there's a great scene they all attack at once, and you just see them stop right there. It's just so awesome, and it shows that Kurogiri still has a few tricks up his shadowy sleeve. That and just the overall visual of it is great. I love the inner turmoil with the villains in the series. I love that a lot of them don't get along and that they fight all the time, because that's the way that it would be if there were actual supervillains. They would not see eye to eye all the time. They'd all be so selfish and wanting to do their very own thing. This isn't like the villains in the Super Friends. Like, they're at the League of Doom. They're not all hanging out in a council and, like, having these, like, ridiculous conversations about defeating the superheroes. They're these creepy villains who hang out in these underground bars and fight and kill each other. And that's what makes them really cool and ruthless and fun villains. It's really great stuff. That, and I loved the scene of Tomura and Izuku Midoriya. I was watching the episode with a friend, and the whole time we're just sitting there with our jaws open. We're just like, holy crap, this is insane. We're also getting our very first glimpses of Tomura's like face, like when it doesn't have the weird hand thing on it, and man, prepare to crap your pants when you see this stuff, man. It's just really creepy looking. His face looks so freaking mummified and nasty with his giant red bloodshot eyes. Just, woo, what a creepy freaking looking character. That and just, I'm so glad that there is going to be a third season. I had no doubt that there was going to be. I mean, I think the series is doing pretty good as far as like being a pretty popular anime show. And it's definitely got me by the frickin' cockles. Like, I'm obsessed with My Hero Academia now. I cannot wait for the next season. I picked up the first one on Blu-ray from Funimation, and I can't wait till they release this season on Blu-ray. I want it in my collection absolutely right now. The second season has been spectacular. So entertaining from beginning to end. So much action, so much great characterization from not just the main guy, but from all of the great side characters of the series who continue to be so endearing and fun. Even the ones who don't even get to make, like, very big appearances and are just there for a few seconds. Like, there's freaking All Might's Jim Gordon, freaking Tsukauchi, the detective. Like, that guy's really awesome and useful. Or there's the really funny, like, cat police officer in this episode. There's so many little fun things about this series that is just a great series to watch with friends, and especially for those who like superheroes. This was a great finale to a fantastic season. I loved this episode. I'm giving it a 5 out of 5. Solid conclusion. Guys, I will see you in the third season of My Hero Academia. Now, make sure to tell me what you guys thought about this episode and the second season, overall, your favorite moments, and what you hope to see from the return of the third season of My Hero Academia. As for the manga version of My Hero Academia, I still have not looked at it. And the fact that a third season is coming, I think I'm gonna hold off just a little bit longer. I mean, there is such a great thing about watching an anime and you not knowing what's actually going to happen in it. And, you know, I read the One Piece manga, and every week I know what's gonna happen in the anime version, and I'm never, like, shocked or super surprised. And I love anime moments where I never know what's going to go down, and that's what I've loved so much about My Hero Academia, and every moment has always shocked and amazed me. So I'm going to hold off on the manga for now. But that's, you know, still not to say I won't look at it eventually. It's just, I want to see how far this anime thing is going to go. I mean, it's just so great. Plus, don't worry, fall anime season's coming up, and there are a ton of new shows which are getting ready to begin, so I'm definitely going to be checking out some of them. I'd love to hear your recommendations as well, so make sure to tell me in the comments section. There it is. I'm done just blathering on for now. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for all things My Hero Academia related, as well as tons of other anime and manga reviews. If you liked this video, take the time, hit that like button, share this video with your friends. It's super easy to do, and it's a great way to help out our videos. I'll see you guys next time, and as always, Plus Ultra!